watching Rogers TV.
Welcome to Daytime Ottawa. Oh my goodness, what a busy show we have for you today. Lucia Zagumis on the show. She's got some great spring fashions for young people out there, courtesy of Place d'Orleans. Contractor Ryan is back on the show today, and Arthur is coming in to... I'm not supposed to be outing my volunteer coordinator. But my first guest, it turns out maybe we didn't turn her microphone on. Oh, there goes Arthur. Julie Finley, Mom in the Know, joining me on the show. I'm sorry. I should have said nothing, Julie.
Well, you know what? It could have been a sign.
You never know if they're going to catch them coming on, right? And I always want everyone at home to realize, hey, listen, there's just a
village.
It takes a village.
To have me talking this much on one show. Thanks for having me on.
We almost didn't have you talking because your microphone wasn't on.
I know, it's true. It's true, but what an exciting day. It's snowing out there.
Oh, that's exciting. Yes, we're talking spring auto maintenance on the show today,
well,
just
you know
in time.
I think that's Sunday, so it's perfect. So
okay.
People will be thinking ahead. That's all to be in the know, you know. Okay. That's why I started this.
Well, that's why people tune into this show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I was kind of in the pizza pasta mode, which is funny because now I feel like we should be back to hibernating with all this weather.
Right.
So these recipes might be exactly what you're looking for.
Right.
So first, I think I enticed you with the pizza pork chops.
The pizza pork chops? I never heard of such a thing.
I know, nor have I, but luckily Foodland Ontario TV recipes, we picked out one of the favorites that I thought would be super fun. And I'm just putting oil here on high. And what I've already done ahead of time is I've browned the pork chops. And why it's pizza is I've taken 1-inch thick pork chops and I've sliced in the middle and I put a slice of mozzarella cheese in there.
Nice.
Yes, and then I've browned it both sides. You might have to put a toothpick in, but I didn't need to because they're nice and thick. Honestly, looking for the Foodland Ontario logo, you know it's local. Ontario pork is delicious, easy to do. So I've already done that ahead of time.
Okay, take that stuffed crust pizza.
Yeah,
we stuffed a pork chop.
Much better for you, gluten-free.
True.
Lots more nutrients and things. So I've already heated up.
Things.
I know you were going to catch me on that. Vitamins. So,
Julie, that's what I'm here for.
So pizza toppings. Right now, what's in season is greenhouse tomatoes. Fantastic. Yeah. And when you're buying them, just kind of pick them up. Make sure there's no blemishes. You know they're greenhouse. Remember I showed you that little thing? I don't have my tomato with me. A little star on the bottom looks like they're ripe.
That's right.
And you always know they're ripe when they're a little bit heavier than they look.
Right.
So we are just going to honestly saute all of this.
Okay.
So I've chopped up a combination of cremini and white button.
Nice.
And
again, local.
Again, local, absolutely.
Local mushrooms year round.
And if people don't know, but we say it each time we come on, I mean, there's still the local markets that are going on, one in Carp, one at Lansdowne. So you can find out exactly where all of your food's coming from. So I'm just going to let this simmer a bit. So really what you're doing is you're going to have this on for about 7 minutes until the juices kind of soak up into all of the vegetables and it's more like a sauce.
Nice.
Then what you're going to do, and I'll just show the lovely side here, is you're going to pour it on top. You're going to, you're going to put it in the oven because we'll pour it on top here for half an hour, bake it, and then you're going to take some more mozzarella cheese or any cheese if you want, but mozzarella being the pizza.
Exactly.
And put that on, and you're ready for your pizza pork
chops. And that'll just melt into it, right?
Absolutely.
Because we've just taken it out of the oven.
Yep.
I love it.
It's perfect.
All right.
Okay, turkey tetrazzini. So after this weekend, what did you have for your main for your Easter weekend?
Easter weekend, we did lamb.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
You could do that with this as well.
Okay.
Just a leftover lamb, but I doubt you had any leftover lamb.
No, that's impossible.
Yes, it is impossible to have leftover lamb. So what I've done already is I've got 3 cups of chopped up turkey, but if you have chicken or lamb or pork or anything else that you want to do. And then again, I'm putting together in my mushrooms. I've already started. I put in 1.5 cups of mushrooms with some garlic. I've sauteed it down. And I apologize, I didn't put the garlic in because I wanted this whole place to start to smell. Garlic again. Do you remember my tips I give you about garlic?
Garlic. Of course I do, Julie.
Okay, so when you're shopping...
Tell the good viewer, I don't want to steal your thunder.
When you're shopping for garlic, you're looking sort of for that purplish hue. There's lots of local... You have to look, actually, because you need to find out.
Because it's mostly China. I think you get mixed... Oh, Spain. Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
Spain.
So this one might not even be on the counter. Sometimes it's in a mesh bag under underneath, but still in your local grocer. And you want to make sure that the sheath all around, there's not a lot peeling off, because that means it's too much. And I mean, it's just feeling is so lovely. Yeah. So
garlic
all year
goes with
long,
everything.
exactly.
Really.
And then spices, always have those on hand. I've just got salt and pepper, a bit of thyme, and then with the tetrazzini, we're going to make a bit of a sauce.
Okay.
So it's all going to be a one-pot thing. I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of butter.
Okay.
Nope, of flour. Not sure why I would have said butter. And then,
listen, I speak Julie. I know what you meant.
thank you.
Yes.
I hope everyone at home is starting to too.
Of course I do. You're a regular here on the show.
Thank you. And I've got 2 cups of stock. So again, you're having this on medium heat. You're sort of bringing it to a light boil.
Okay.
What I've done ahead of time is I've taken egg noodles. And if you have regular pasta, that's fine too.
Right.
But I'm just going to add that in later. But before I do, the cream sauce is a half a cup of herbed cream cheese.
Oh, nice.
So again, local.
I thought that was boursin.
Oh,
but you
that's
can do,
another good one.
It is nice,
that
but
would
no,
be
this
lovely
is local,
too.
right?
This is
and
local
you've
too.
actually created it yourself, right?
Yes, and there you go. You're just going to mix that in.
And have you blanched the noodles already?
I've already boiled them, and really what it is about 7 minutes. You just fill your pot with, it's on the packaging, fill your pot with as much water, add a bit of salt. I'm going to put this in.
I just always go a little more al dente when I'm adding it to something,
Yes, and you know what? You might want to a tiny bit, because I too am also going to put this in the oven at 350 for about 20 minutes and bake it all through. And then I'm going to add in my turkey.
All right.
And I'm going to add in peas.
This is a one-pot wonder.
It's lovely.
Right?
So it's going to fit into this dish here, 350 for a little bit of time, but I know you're looking at time and I'm probably running out of it. So
we give you 2 segments, remember? But I know you have something completely separate over here.
You can start eating that if you'd like. Yeah, that is our little drawer.
Forks along with
exactly.
you and everything.
My last thing, if I could do it quickly, is macaroni and ham pie. So you've got macaroni and cheese and ham pie. So leftover ham from the holidays. I've got this one on medium heat as well.
I told you last time you brought ham, I brought it home.
Yes.
I just finished it last night.
Oh,
lovely. Because I put
lovely.
some in the freezer, right?
Okay, that's good. So I've got 2.5 cups of old Ontario cheddar.
Oh, nice. I love
Delightful.
old.
So really what I've done is gone ahead and cooked the macaroni elbow pasta. You're just going to mix this in. And can I actually get you to mix it in? Is that okay? Thank you. Well, you're doing that. I'm going to just make the sauce. I have my oven on at 375. I know I'm throwing out a lot of temperatures. TV recipes, foodlandontario.ca will let you know. So I've got, this could be a can of evaporated milk, but I just used a cup and a bit of regular milk. And I've got some mustard, dry mustard. I've got some thyme, and I've got some oregano. And then I'm going to add in onions to this.
All right.
And I'm going to add in my ham.
Nice.
And then
all the food groups.
Exactly. And then what I'm going to do is mix that together with the sauce. Just blend it together until it's all melted.
Okay.
Put it in a casserole dish, again the same as our tetrazzini. A 9-inch casserole dish. You're going to bake it for about 35 minutes.
Am I putting more cheese on top?
You are going to, in the end, add a bit more cheese. But look at this. This is for you for lunch.
What?
You and the team for lunch.
Oh my goodness! Look at that, folks.
Yes,
absolutely beautiful. We're doing dessert coming up. Is that right?
What? I can't get enough of maple syrup. They've had a wonderful year this year, despite the fact that there's been no snow on the ground. So Stanley's Maple Farm, set me up.
Maple syrup desserts coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Like most of Canada's film and media industries, Todd Studio is mostly straight and white. But by pledging to check their privilege, Todd Studio can now help fund programs to finally create a more diverse talent pool. And Todd, you can stop hiding behind this plan. What?
Actually, I'm in the vents.
Stop hiding from our industry's lack of diversity and pledge to help POV fix it. Go to checkyourprivilege.ca.
My name is Risa Solomon St. Louis, and I'm the chef and owner of Bacchanal Taste the Caribbean Lifestyle. I love to eat, I love to cook, and this is one of the reasons why I became a chef. I'm excited to share some of what inspires me when you see me at farmers markets, when we're catering, through our prepared meals, and even our sauces and spice blends that we're known for. Thank you for coming into the kitchen with Risa.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Watch Podium exclusively on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the show. Back with our second segment with Mom in the Know, Julie Finley. Of course, all these recipes courtesy of Foodland Ontario that we're talking about today under TV recipes. And we're moving into dessert, right?
We are.
Okay.
We are. So I had so much fun. I know I posted it to say I was coming on. The lovely maple apple upside down cake. So I even said to the girls this morning when I was working out, I'm like, I was distracted and it still came out looking good.
Oh, good.
So everyone at home, this is easy for you. Okay, so what I've
You
done.
were working out and preparing this.
Well,
That's
no,
amazing. You're multitasking.
That would
That's
be
talent
great.
for you.
Maybe I put my hair down too. My goodness. But what I've done is I've taken a cup of maple syrup.
Okay.
And I put it on the stove and I brought it to a boil, and then I turned it down to low for about 7 minutes.
Okay.
From going from a cup to a third of a cup. So you're just kind of almost like sweetening it up, candying it up.
Okay.
So you'll be able to tell. And then I just put it here, and now it's literally candied in.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Phew, I'm glad that worked. I didn't try that before. Again.
If it hadn't worked, we would have had a viral video going.
Tricky.
It's all good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I've gone ahead and I've buttered together the sugar and butter.
Okay.
And again, the recipe, foodlandontario.ca, with our recipes, TV recipes.
Yeah.
I'm just going to add a teaspoon and a half of maple syrup. I'm just going to go to the dry. So this is our dry part of the cake, which is 2.5 cups of flour. You've got baking soda, baking powder, and salt.
Okay.
And you're just going to mix that together briefly.
Yeah.
So the only thing about this cake is you're going to need a tiny bit of muscle, because
Really?
once you start,
Okay.
but you've been working out.
Well,
I
you
think,
too.
yeah.
You got some pipes on you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have another job. Well, no, maybe I will do it. I'm going to have you combine both of these together.
Okay.
That's it. You've got your dry. You've already got your wet. You're going to combine the dry with wet. I'm going to make it easy. I'm just going to put this in right away.
Okay.
Which is a half cup of yogurt.
Oh, nice.
So
okay.
why it's an apple upside down cake, I will let you get to work.
Okay. You want me
is
doing the mixing here?
You are, you're going to mix together, blend together.
Yeah.
There you are. And while
Okay.
you're doing that, I'm going to layer the apples. So what I've taken, and I went gala apple this time. They're
Gala?
Actually, well,
it's not
I went
one
in
I use often.
I know,
Gala,
it's
okay.
delicious. You try one. Take a little bite of it.
All right, I'm going to try one of
Okay.
these. Why did you choose this?
Well, first of all, I went in the grocery store. They're on super sale. So, and there's so many Ontario apples out there that I thought, okay, you know what? I'm
delicious.
just going to do what's on sale. I love the Honeycrisp. I love the Cortland. I love the Empire. I could go on and on about apples. We have such a great variety, so you got to take advantage. So I'm just showing you here how I'm fanning the apples.
I understand the upside down part now.
I know. And you know
what?
what?
You're getting at.
It's a bit of an upside down day, so I think everybody at home, you will
Agreed.
have apples hopefully on your
What's that
counter.
TV show with the upside down world? Is it?
Oh,
again?
Frazzle
Anyone?
Rock?
No.
No.
It's the Netflix series.
Oh, Stranger Things?
Stranger Things.
Oh, I
That's
did
what
it.
I'm
I
trying
know
to think.
it. Okay, and then we're going.
Austin's nodding his head over here. Why don't
Okay.
you shout it out, Austin?
He
for
could
me?
have for us and
yeah.
helped us out.
Well, that's okay. Julie
so I
got
didn't
it.
make it as pretty. I should take a bit more time, but we're going to run out
You're
of time.
not kidding. This really.
Yes.
You got to
so
go
it
at
really
it.
is a bit of a dose. You're going to pour it on top.
Yeah.
You're going to put it in the oven at 350 for about 20 to 25 minutes until you get a toothpick through.
Okay.
You're going to get a lovely plate, and you're going to flip it upside down.
Look at that.
And it's
That is
so
a thing of
delicious.
beauty.
It's for
Very
you
nice.
guys for lunch. Okay.
Oh, you can probably get your hands in there too, right?
You know
to
what?
make sure
Kids
you
in the
really
kitchen.
get it. Kids in
We're
the kitchen.
trying to get
There
that
you go.
happening. Okay.
All right.
Now the other thing we want is our eggs into things.
These are
so
beautiful.
look at those beautiful eggs.
that.
Those are farm fresh. So farm fresh. My neighbor brought them over this morning. I was
Really?
so excited.
Oh, nice.
So do you know why the eggs are blue and brown and white?
I don't know blue.
Okay, there's feathers. Some of their feathers have a blue tinge to them.
Okay.
And that is why. So what we've done already, this is my other little trick for all of your baking, is our sweet potato.
Yes, you love using this.
I do love
Yeah.
using sweet potato. It's super moist. It's got so much flavor. It's got a lot of vitamins and minerals in
Yeah.
here too. You're just going to slice off the ends. You're going to poke it. You're going to put it in the microwave for about 6 minutes. If you don't have a microwave, bake it for about 10.
Okay.
Slice it and then scoop out the flesh.
All right.
So this is probably about 1.5 cups. I've used a cup for this. What you're going to do, should have got a bigger one, but
It's
so I'll
okay.
give you
It's
this.
adorable.
It's good. This
Yeah.
is our creme brulee, sweet potato custard brulee. So we're going to add a 1/2 cup of maple syrup.
All right.
We're going to add a 1/2 cup of milk. We're
Also
going
local,
to,
by the way.
yes, it is. And then vanilla, 1.5 teaspoons, and then our 2 spices, nutmeg, and ginger. I'm going to have you mix that up.
Okay.
And
Set
what
the
I've
egg
done
aside
already
for
is I've made some ahead of time, and you just get ramekins. I had all different ones. You fill them about halfway.
Right.
For about 20 minutes, you're going to have them in the oven at 400
Okay.
until the middle kind of jiggles, and then it's pretty much set.
All
You
right.
do need to have these in the fridge for about 4 hours or
Okay.
overnight just to cool them down. We're not going to blowtorch. I know everybody's like, brulee, don't I know. I think you and I with a blowtorch, we got to
Yeah,
practice
it's probably
that
too
first.
dangerous. Yeah, no, I
I mean,
hear
my
ya.
hair is up. It would have been a perfect day to do it. You're just going to sprinkle brown sugar on it.
Okay.
Turn your oven on broil, and then just put it close to the top on the front rack.
Right.
Do not walk away.
No,
Don't
no,
walk away.
It's going to go
but
fast.
look at it's so lovely, and it's
Yeah.
crystallized right there, super easy. And I'm going to let you jump into that.
Oh,
see, it even
okay.
has a crust. You could hear
All
it crack
right.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
no kidding.
The last thing we're going to make is a sweet potato maple and pecan
Well, you better do it
tarts.
quick. How much time do we
Okay,
have,
you know
Austin?
what? I don't need anything. I've already got my cup of sweet potato here.
Oh, my
I've
gosh.
already melted 2 tablespoons
good.
of butter, and all I'm going to add is 1 cup of beautiful maple syrup.
just gonna keep eating.
Again, there's probably still time. We're going to have Stanley tell you if it's still open this weekend. The farm is always open. They're always selling maple
Right,
syrup.
right.
And here you go. You're going to put this together. You're going to roll out or use these, but I rolled them out just to make them a little bigger.
Okay.
And I put them in a muffin tin, and at the bottom of a muffin tin, chop pecans.
Oh, nice.
And then pour this on
Love
top, and that literally 20 minutes, and you've got these
It's kind of your own sort of butter tart,
I
right? It's like a
know.
twist
It's like
on a butter
butter tart and a pumpkin pie
Oh.
wrapped together. Try that.
Are you sure? Should
Oh
I
yeah,
try
you
this?
should
I don't
really
know.
try it.
This is a hard
You
job,
should
Julie.
Really try it.
Okay.
So I know it's snowing outside. It's not the best weather. The other thing we're going to add is our 2 eggs in here too,
Okay.
which makes our butter tart work. And
Nice.
I'm going to think I'm not supposed to put that in there. Yeah. It was supposed
That's
to go
okay.
in the custard.
It doesn't matter.
You know what?
Foodlandontario.ca, TV recipes. We'll be back with Lucia Zagumas talking spring fashion for those youngsters in your family right after this.
This is a brain in urgent need of mental health care. But because 3 out of every 4 Indigenous people experience racism in healthcare, she may not get the help she needs. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
Heartbeat of Mother Earth, I feel you and embrace your warmth. I see you dancing through the trees. Your song floats on the summer breeze. Community, we come together. We are the voice of our ancestors. Thankful for how much you bless us. Feel the thunder in the drum. All our voices sing as one. Feel the power, feel the pride. Feel the drum beat deep inside. Feel the boom, feel the bass. Let's let go of time and space. It'll make you dance, it'll make you sing. Ode Wegun, Wedok Wishin. The drum will lead you, take you far. Always remember who you are.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
Learn all about the creation of the National Capital Region on The History of Ottawa, according to Phil Jenkins, on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the show, and welcome back to my next guest. She is back. Lucia Zaguma's joining me. She is a lifestyle blogger and influencer, and we're talking a little spring fashion on the show with you today.
Spring.
How are you?
I'm good.
I mean, it looks like spring.
Yeah, right? I have to reconsider my outfit today, I got to tell you.
Where's your outfit from today?
Well, my outfit is from Plaster Leans.
Okay.
And this colorful pink blazer is from H&M.
Nice.
Which is one of the many stores you'll find at Plaster Leans. And of course, despite the weather outside, spring is just around the corner.
Yes.
So we should be expecting nicer weather to
well, and
dress
spring
for
fashion comes early, right? Everyone always says, seasonally they wonder why it's there. It's because they have to get everything from the manufacturer,
and also, if you dress the part, then spring will come also, right? If you add color back into your wardrobe, you start feeling happier. You know it's coming up soon, so it all works.
I should have worn something a little more
your
springy
outfit
today.
Is perfect.
Oh,
Blue
thank
goes.
you.
It's so
I
nice.
was just cold this morning. You brought some wonderful models on the show with you today. Let's bring out our first model. Come on out here.
This is Alexandra.
And Alexandra, we're going to hand the microphone over to Alexandra. Alexandra, how old are you?
I'm 9.
You're 9 years old?
Yeah.
All right, what are you looking forward to mostly for spring? Just bring that microphone up to your mouth a little bit.
My birthday.
Your birthday? When's your birthday?
May 7th.
Happy birthday. Happy early birthday to you. Lucia, tell us what we're looking at here with Alexandra.
So Alexandra picked out this dress herself from a store in Plaster Leans called Aube 44.
Okay.
Now this is a Canadian company and it has so many great pieces for kids and adults. And the best part about this store is that all the pieces are so affordable. So you could technically get your whole wardrobe on a budget and have a whole spring wardrobe in your closet. Now one thing I love about this dress is what's very on trend right now is the cutouts here in the dress.
Oh,
so it looks almost like a two-piece. You know, you can pull it wider or bring it closer, and it looks like a skirt and a little top.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful for spring, and it can also transition into summer as well. So she plans on packing this for her summer vacations as well. Cute with flats like ballerina slippers, cute with booties, and of course, if it's a little bit cooler in the evenings, you can throw on a jacket or a jean jacket. And it's just a great piece to add, and of course, the color pink.
Absolutely.
Very on trend for spring.
No kidding. All right, I'll have you hand the microphone back to Lucia there. We'll bring out our next model. Come on out here. Who do we have here? Tell us who you are. How old are you?
Katarina, and I'm 13 years old.
Well, welcome, Katarina. What are you looking forward to most about spring?
Hanging out with my friends in the warmer weather.
Nice. I'm looking forward to the same thing. Lucia, tell us about what she's wearing here today.
So this is a beautiful outfit from American Eagle, of course from Plaster Leans, and they have pieces for men, women, children, well, older, I would say teens actually, at American Eagle. And the trend for jeans right now is the wide leg jeans.
I love that
which she has here, paired with this beautiful little tube top with the little detailing here, which I think is such a cute shirt to wear for spring and for summer.
Excellent. You look great. All right, hand that back to Lucia. We'll bring out, we have something for the boys out there, so if you feel like you're being missed out, don't you worry. Let's find out about who we have here. I believe this is the first of two Jameses, right?
This is the first of two Jameses.
So my name is James and I'm 12 years old.
Okay. You looking forward to spring?
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to most?
Playing basketball outside the entire summer.
Nice, I love it. I love it. Tell us what James is wearing here. He's looking pretty casual here today.
Yeah, this is an absolute casual look, and he is a big basketball player.
Nice.
This outfit is something that he picked, and the nice thing about these Under Armour joggers is that you can wear them to school, you can wear them between games and practices, and great for spring because they are lightweight.
Right.
And you can wear them all throughout the season as well. And a cute Under Armour t-shirt, it is dry weave so that it can, makes you stay dry throughout if you're playing playing ball outside. And this is from Sport Check in Plaster Orleans.
Excellent. Thank you very much, James. Just hand that over. We have our next James coming out here. He's looking pretty casual himself as well.
So they did pick out their outfits themselves. So this is
nice.
if you want to know what boys who are 13 and 12 wear and what's in style. You're looking at it. They know what's in style more than I do for their age group. So of course, James is wearing the Under Armour hoodie. I love that it has a zipper because you can like unzip it if you get too hot, zip it up. Perfect for a day like today, of course. And again, nice joggers that can be worn at school. Oh, here's your mic.
No, that's okay. I was going to get to that. Yeah. James, what are you looking forward to most about spring? What do you love to do?
Being outside playing basketball for sure.
You're a basketball guy yourself as well. Excellent. How do you feel in this outfit?
Comfy.
Yeah? Good for basketball?
Yeah.
Right on. Excellent. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thanks.
And we have one last model. Let's bring out, is it Layla?
This is Layla.
Layla, come on out here, Layla. Layla, how old are you?
I'm 18 years old.
Okay. What are you looking forward to with about spring?
Definitely university ending and warmer weather.
Where are you at? What
I'm
year
at
are you
Carleton University. I'm first year.
Nice. Lucia, tell us what Layla's wearing
here. So this is an outfit from Plaster Orleans' American Eagle. Again, these are the skirts that are everywhere this season. The long, flowy skirt comes in different colors. And of course, this is a beautiful beige colored nude, neutral. We can go with every color top.
Yeah.
A cute little black tank top, also from American Eagle, and a jean jacket, which is such a key piece. I love that jean jackets.
They're
like
style.
Never, ever. I mean, I had them in the 80s and the 90s and, all through 2024. And I love the boots that are paired with this outfit as well, because you can wear this look to Blues Fest, or like it has a whole festival vibe, this look right now.
I agree.
And you can also wear sneakers or flat sliders, whatever, with this outfit to make it kind of look good no matter what you're doing this spring and summer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's bring all the models back out here so we can have one last look.
Yeah.
And I know you wanted to mention, Lucia, Plaster Orleans. It's great because many different reasons,
yeah,
right?
well, it's your one-stop shop.
Right.
The mall has so many different stores for a variety of people. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find. They do have the Bay, of course.
Yeah.
Call It Spring for shoes at such affordable prices. And it is, of course, in Ottawa's East End. And ample parking, and it's free parking. And they always have great activities for children, too, like during Easter, Christmas, all that. So Plaster Orleans is an amazing destination to shop for everybody in the family.
Listen, you're a parent. Advice for parents that are going out there, shopping, for spring fashions for their kids. What do you recommend?
Well, bring your patience, first of all.
Yes.
And always talk to the sales associates, because they're good at helping you decide what would be good, what's on trend right now for the season. And of course, shopping with the Plaster Orleans gift card always helps too, because then you don't have to worry about carrying your wallet into the stores, and you can just go to all the stores and use a Plaster Orleans gift card. Guest services is always there and open for any questions you might have. And it's a really nice laid out mall as well, with a lot of great stores for children and for youth.
And you all went to the mall to pick out your own outfits. That's fantastic. Excellent. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. Lucia, as usual.
Thank you
for
so
being here as well.
Lucia
will be back again soon talking travel,
That's
I think.
right, yeah.
Next, Lucia will be back talking travel in just a little bit. Hey, coming up after the break, contractor Ryan is back. We're going to tell you why it's important to have a look at upgrading your electrical panel. We'll be back with him right after this.
This guy's just absolutely dynamic when it comes to putting the puck in.
This guy, something else. Here comes the 67th. Wow. And now the Rangers are away.
His acceleration's off the charts.
That's a player that all eyes in the NHL are going to be on tonight.
You are not going to sit there and tell me that this guy is not going to be a future NHLer. This kid is something special.
The OHL playoffs on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Sam LaPratte. I hope you join us for an hour to give right here on Rogers TV. We're going to talk about everything that is going to inspire you about this beautiful city.
I did it. I need it.
Here, I gave it.
And I am alive.
As an organ donor, you can save up to 8 lives and enhance the lives of 75 others. Please go to our website. Pledge a gift of life. You'll be glad you did.
welcome back to the show. As promised, he is back, Contractor Ryan, and today we are talking electrical panels, and we were just chatting during the break, and I think you would say that this is something you really need to hire a professional for.
Yeah.
You know, this isn't changing a light switch that we're talking about necessarily, right?
We're talking the
electrical
wires,
panel.
we're talking the panel, we're doing all of that. And in Ontario, it's the law. You need to be a licensed electrician to work on somebody else's home. Like, you can work on your home, still required to pull a permit through the ESA.
Right.
But if you're being hired to do it, you must be a licensed electrician.
Let's talk electrical panels in general. You brought what along with you here?
Yeah, so this one came to us from a local Ottawa company called 3 Codes.
Okay.
They donated this for me for today. This is a 100 amp service panel, so it's got 2 phases. That you would find this in a typical home, even a new build, really.
Okay.
Like a townhome or something like that. 100 amps is lots of service, right? I want to pick on Alta Vista.
Okay.
The Alta Vista
sorry,
area.
Alta Vista,
sorry, but
you're in.
You're into it. Okay.
It's target for today.
Yeah. So that area has a lot of old, like 60 amp service, or a lot of the old fuses that you screw. I actually tried to get a panel, and I couldn't find one because
you have to take it out of their home.
Yeah, and they didn't want me to do that.
They did. Okay.
but so we would upgrade. So do a 100 amp service is going to be fine for your, it's typical kind of townhome or stuff like that. But as you start adding more, you need like a 200 amp.
Right. So when would you add more? What are some of the reasons you would need to upgrade to a 200?
Say you had a pool and a hot tub, or you went and bought that fancy new electric car.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So those cars draw like 60 amps. Now, not all the time, but that's their peak, right? So typically when we're doing cars, we're always doing 200 amp. We're upgrading that service at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned compliance regulations. Is that something that's constantly changing, and that's why you need to look at getting a professional in?
So the code's changed like 5 times since I've been here with you. The code changes so quickly, right? So we really want to have a professional who knows the codes to install this stuff. They're licensed, they're trained, they go through ongoing training to do it. I know the people at 3 Codes, they go for training all the time, and I'm constantly amazed at how fast the code changes, and how complicated it is. Like, look at the wires that we have.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that. Why did you bring these along? What's the difference between everything we're looking at here on the table?
Right?
Yeah.
So they're all fancy colors, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So this is a 14-2. This would be something that you would see on your outlet in your bedroom.
Okay.
Right? It's pretty thin wire.
Yeah.
Right? But this would be rated for 1,500 watts or 15 amps, so to speak. Right?
Okay.
Here's one that you would see going to your kitchen. It's just a little thicker, if you feel it. You probably can't even tell on TV.
Yeah, it would be really difficult to tell.
Try to bend the 2, you'll feel the difference, right?
Oh, yeah, right away.
Right away. So it's a little, that would be for your kitchen. That would be 20 amp, right? That would just be so your toaster and your microwave and all that stuff would run.
Okay.
Then we go up to your dryer. This would be your dryer.
Okay.
It's a little thicker yet, right?
Right.
So I think that's like a 40 or 30 maybe. And this one here would be your stove.
Right.
Now we're getting pretty technical, right?
Yeah.
Pretty big, right?
Yeah.
I tried to get a piece for like what they use for the cars, but they're even like thicker.
Really?
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of like inside your house. So all of those wires have to be, used the right way and threaded through the house the proper way. And then you have these 2, right?
Yeah.
So this one's rated for outside.
Oh, okay.
Right, but it still needs to be in a conduit. The old-fashioned.
What does that mean then?
So it needs to be protected.
Okay.
24 inches deep. Right, in dirt.
Okay.
So you dig this big trench. So you have a hot tub and you put it further away, right, and you want to get power to it. This is a pain. Like, you can put this underground, but running it through the conduit is not fun.
Not fun.
Okay. But then we have this
now. Are there things like are there tubes that they put underground so that they're more protected and that sort of thing?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
This one here is what's called tech cable. This is a little more versatile. This one here only has to go 18 inches deep. It doesn't have to go in conduit.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And we could do that kind of same thing. It can also be mounted to like the side of your house.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
So this is kind of cool because it's protected. It's got like a metal and a rubber and all of that stuff. It's physically protected. Right. So that's kind of, but the thing is, there's so many different wires for every different application. You don't spend your time Googling it and trying to figure it out yourself, right? This is why we hire licensed electrical contractors.
What about affordability? People think, I'm upgrading from 100 amp to 200 amp. This is going to be something that's incredibly expensive. Let's say they just bought a new vehicle. Yeah. Right.
So everyone has a different opinion on what expensive is.
Of course.
Absolutely, right? So if you're buying a $100,000 vehicle and is an extra $3,000 or $4,000 to upgrade your panel to accommodate that a big deal? Probably not, right? But it can definitely be an added surprise if you're upgrading your kitchen, and now all of a sudden your kitchen doesn't meet building codes because it has got the wrong wire, doesn't have the right amperage, you don't have the split circuits like this one here, and now all of a sudden you're into a new panel to support that new kitchen that you want. So when we're talking about renovating, I'm always like, we're in your kitchen, talking to you about giving you a quote, we're gonna build something beautiful. I'm like, hey, let's go downstairs and take a look at that panel. Right away. So
right away, the first thing you see is,
yeah, you're into an extra $3,000 or $4,000 to do that.
Which again, you look at a kitchen renovation, you're probably looking at a minimum these days, what, $80,000?
Yeah, 60 to 80,000.
60 to 80, okay.
Yeah.
You brought all along these, so people recognize these, right?
Yeah.
And I notice that you can pop them in and out. Like,
were you playing with them earlier? Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, I was having a little fun with them.
Yeah, so this is how this one goes in. It pops in, and then this is your breaker. But for instance, if you have a 100-amp breaker like this, and you have a little switch like this, and you want more circuits, right? We don't necessarily have to make a bigger panel. They have space savers. So if you look at this one, same size. Yeah. This has 2 circuits. I don't know if I can get that on camera or not, but this has 2 circuits, and this has 1 circuit. Right. So we can put in more circuits with the same space, right? So if you want to add electric heat, or you're doing something, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to upgrade the whole panel, right, to get that. Okay. So there are some, again, you're talking to your contractor, your electrical contractor. He can give all kinds of advice.
Right. You have your own show here on Rogers TV.
I do.
Let's tell everybody about that, Contractor Ryan.
Yeah, thanks. So Tuesdays at 8:30 and Fridays at 4:30. I'm right here on this network talking about renovations, and there are cameras following me around, and I'm getting into all kinds of trouble and trying to fix it.
Actually, you're getting people out of trouble,
that's true too,
I would say, right? More than anything. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much. Again, you can watch the show right here on Rogers TV. And you can follow him, by the way, on social media. Just look up Contractor Ryan on Facebook, Instagram. Visit his website as well. He's got a ton of great videos on there. ContractorRyan.com. We'll be back with more right after this.
Oh, hey. Wait, what was the question?
Let me guess. One driving high combo, extra baked?
No. Could I get a burger with a side of fries?
Think you're a better driver when you're high? Think again. Smoking weed affects reaction time and concentration. A message from Mad Canada.
Treaty in Cree is Naskomitoin, an oral agreement. And our agreements were always spoken. For George Spence, the core of treaty was Wichihioin, to help one another.
And so we, the commissioners...
He was there for the making of Treaty 9, where the Cree were told...
We will honor this agreement together, for as long as the sun shines and the waters flow.
The Cree made their mark because they were assured that the land would be shared, and they would always be able to harvest what they needed. George Spence was my great-grandfather. In his life, he saw many promises of the treaty go unfulfilled.
Treaties were essential to the creation of Canada. First Nations still fight for the agreements to be honored.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Join us for the new season of Ottawa Storytellers, right here on Rogers TV. welcome back to the show. One of the reasons I love this show, and you should as well, is you learn new things each and every time you tune into the show. And today you're going to learn something about something called Bare Trust, which my dad's probably disappointed because being an accountant for 49 years, he's like, how do you not know this term? My next guest is going to tell us all about it. I'm joined by Douglas Lai. He's a wealth advisor and portfolio manager with Scotia Wealth Management. Welcome back, Doug. Great to have you here. Do you hear this from clients sometimes when you bring up, hey, are you familiar with a bare trust? What is a bare trust?
So I'm glad we're having this conversation overall, because the reason this topic's so important is that this is based on a brand new ruling that was introduced this year.
Okay.
There's going to be thousands of Canadians that are impacted by this, and some unknowingly, to be honest. But the whole concept is that with respect to bare trusts, what is it? It is a financial structure in which you're distinguishing between an individual or trustee who might have legal ownership of an asset versus an individual who might have beneficial ownership of an asset. So that's really where CRA is zoning in and saying, is there a discrepancy between legal ownership and beneficial ownership? I know that's a lot of jargon. Perhaps, would you like an example?
Yeah, let's break that down with an example. Yeah.
So it's very common that at some point during a Canadian's life that you might actually have a joint asset with, let's say, a parent and an adult child.
Okay.
So think bank account, think investment account, even to the extent of real estate. Right?
Right.
And in that case, where there's a bit of a new ruling is when you have legal ownership with, let's say, parent and adult child, but then the beneficial aspect is different. So for example, if the owner is basically the parents, they're the ones only benefiting, the kids are only on as a name basically,
right?
Those adult children might not actually be benefiting. And that's where CRA is kind of zoning in, saying, we're actually going to establish that as what we call this bare trust.
Okay, so why is CRA doing this exactly? I mean, is it people were circumventing something?
So part of it, from the interpretation of what I've been reading, is that they're worried about, folks trying to avoid certain tax rulings overall. What's interesting is that this was a very plain vanilla estate planning strategy before, where a lot of people would have joint assets with, again, let's just say adult children, to avoid a term called probate, which I know we probably won't get the time to go into detail, but that was one method that folks were actually trying to actively plan. Let's put joint ownership on here. But this is where CRA is saying, actually, we're going to pinpoint this a little bit more closely.
Okay, so then what does this mean for everyone in general when they've decided to do this? What does it mean to them?
So if you have a bare trust overall, it essentially means additional tax filings. One would be what's called a T3 tax document.
Okay.
And alongside that, there would be a Schedule 15. I think I have those numbers right. But that would be an ongoing filing that you would need. Now, part of the issue right now is that bare trust, you don't need formal documents to establish it.
Really?
So that's why I say that a lot of people, when this ruling came out, they don't even know they have a bare trust overall. And there was actually such a frenzy and quite a bit of probably pushback from to CRA that CRA recently acknowledged. I think they phrased it as there were unintended consequences to Canadians.
Okay.
So they were initially wanting everyone to file if you had a bare trust for the 2023 tax year. They've actually removed that element just as of a few weeks ago.
Really?
And now they're saying, okay, well, likely, and my assumption would be that they're going to push this in place in 2024 or beyond when they have a little bit more clarity.
Is there an assumption on your part from what you've read so far that there are tax implications to this bare trust kind of co-ownership? Am I saying that right?
It's a good question. So right now, I've been speaking to quite a few lawyers and accountants, and there hasn't been an exact, if this is the scenario, you should do this. It's actually quite vague, unfortunately, right now.
Okay.
So that's where a lot of people are in the mix. From a tax standpoint, there hasn't been anything, again, that we're looking at immediately saying this could be an immediate tax impact. But what could trigger this is if you start to change that ownership aspect. So if now you're saying, okay, now we're going to remove one person or add another owner onto real estate, onto an investment account, that could have potential tax implications. So I can't stress enough that you want to really review this. If you think this applies, review this with your team of advisors, including your lawyer, including your accountant or tax expert. Even if there's nothing to do right now, it's something you should flag, because I would imagine CRA is going to continue putting out more information as the months come on.
So if you're required then to put in this T3 return, do you believe there are going to be consequences of not filing it?
So right now, the CRA has voiced that if you do not file, there are going to be penalties where applicable overall. So there's basically late filing penalties. They've deemed if there's gross negligence, they could actually penalize you even further, up to potentially a percentage of what they deem as an asset within the trust. So that can be a pretty significant penalty. And again, there's folks that don't even realize that this may apply to them.
Yeah, because not everybody, has a regular accountant, let's say, or lawyer that they deal with. I'm just wondering, like, is CRA going to let you know that you have a bare trust, that it's there?
And I think that's part of the issue, and why they actually said initially we were going to start it as of the 2023 tax year, and then they backtracked a little bit.
I see. Okay.
But it is something where I think they're getting public input right now to see, okay, maybe we were a little bit too broad. How do we narrow this down and focus in? Now, there are a few exemptions as well. So, for example, if certain assets are under specifically a $50,000 threshold, they might say, we don't need this filing. But you can see that sometimes it's as innocent as an adult child just trying to help their parents, their grown parents with banking, and they might have be attached to a bank account that's over $100,000. Theoretically, that's a gray area right now.
Wow, this is really a great way to raise awareness. As I said, I've never heard. I guarantee many didn't at home watching today. Doug, always appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having me.
If you need some help, by the way, with your financials, you can visit Doug and his team at findyournumber.ca. We'll be back with more right after this.
Like most of Canada's film and media industries, Todd Studio is mostly straight and white. But by pledging to check their privilege, Todd Studio can now help fund programs to finally create a more diverse talent pool. And Todd, you can stop hiding behind this plan. What?
Actually, I'm in the vents.
Stop hiding from our industry's lack of diversity and pledge to help POV fix it. Go to checkyourprivilege.ca.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Hello, I'm Liz Dowdswell, Lieutenant Governor of Ontario. In 2008, carbon monoxide, a deadly invisible gas, killed an entire family in our province. That tragedy led to a new law requiring homes with potential CO sources to have alarms. John Gignac's family members passed away that day, and he shares his story to save others.
Please make sure you have working CO alarms in your home. Protect your family today.
Watch Podium exclusively on Rogers TV.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
Well, like many, I was probably guilty of jumping the gun a little too quickly to get my summer tires put on, because I got them put on this morning due to an appointment I made a couple of weeks ago. And I know it's snowing out there, but certainly spring is right around the corner, and seasonally you should always be thinking about car maintenance and what you should be doing. And my next guest has 37 years of experience with that. He is Patrick Graham, president of Silver Star Automotive Solutions. Welcome. Great to have you here.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
37 years. Well, first of all, congratulations. That's amazing career so far.
It's been a little while for sure.
Was it family that got you into the business to begin with?
Yeah, I started with my Uncle Joe's company.
Oh, nice, nice. Well, let's talk car maintenance. I mean, I think, one of the first things that comes to mind for me is, what should you be looking at seasonally when it comes to inspection and going to see your mechanic?
Well, you certainly change your oil at least twice a year.
Okay.
It sort of fits very well with changing your tires from winter tires to summer tires. That being said, when that happens, the shop that you're working with should be looking for certain maintenance items.
Okay.
Different fluids need to be changed at different intervals, over time. So as long as they're recording that for you, then it should be quite easy for the client.
Right. Is that why it's important to try to find that mechanic that you trust and that you can go back to, because they have that information always available?
Exactly right. It's no different than working with a trusted doctor or lawyer.
Right. So you mentioned fluid. So what is that? Transmission, coolant?
Brake fluid, cleaning a fuel injection system, changing the differential fluid, changing transaxle oil.
Okay.
That sort of stuff. Spark plugs, of course.
Let's talk about brakes. I think people kind of take it for granted that you just use your car until you hear something going wrong as you start braking. Is that something on a regular basis you should be looking at or asking your mechanic to have a look at?
Well, they should be looked at certainly at least twice a year when the tires get swapped around.
Okay.
Inspected to the point where everything is still moving freely, working the way it's supposed to. Should actually have them maintained, so taken apart, cleaned up, lubricated, and put back together at least every 2 years.
Really? Interesting.
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know. Tires and alignment. You just talked about, obviously changing your tires winter to summer. Why is that so important? I mean, I know we don't have laws in this province. Quebec does have a law. Why do you suggest that people have winter and summer, or all season, I guess, and winter?
Well, the big difference is that the winter tire compound is significantly different than the all-season tire compound. It functions much more effectively below 7 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
So it allows you to stop. Now, conversely, in the summer, it actually increases the stopping distance if you leave the winters on in wet conditions.
Interesting. Okay, I had no idea.
So you have to switch back and forth.
And alignment, is that something that should be looked after every time you get a tire change?
It's an annual thing. So,
okay.
Generally we suggest in the springtime is the best course of action to do it, unless you've had a repair that has to do with the steering or the suspension, then you need to do it at that time in addition.
Gotcha. Let's talk struts and shocks. That's something for most of us, we don't get under the car and have a look. What do you look for when it comes to that?
So it's something that it degrades very, very slowly over time. If you can think about 8,000 kilometers a car travels, the struts and shocks have gone up and down 1 million times.
Really? Okay.
Right. So at that point, the shock manufacturers recommend replacement. We push it out a little bit longer to 120. We recommend it then. It will save you significant amounts of money in brakes and tires and fuel, because it keeps the tires on the road.
Patrick, in your experience, when somebody comes to you and they don't maintain their car very well, they don't do any of those seasonal changes, what are some of the common things that occur to your vehicle that you should be concerned about?
So the brakes wear out a lot more quickly than they should.
Okay.
What happens is the car tends to nosedive a lot more, going back to the struts and shocks, causing the car potentially to be out of control under braking because the nose is diving down.
Technology's changed incredibly in vehicles. I mean, you've been in this business for 37 years. Does that mean your technology and your knowledge has to change? I would imagine pretty consistently, because you're seeing software running most of these vehicles now, right?
So it's constant training.
Is it really?
Yes. There's training inside of our industry that happens. In my case, with my staff daily, we have an app that all the guys have to adhere to that daily training.
Okay.
Just helps everyone keep up.
When it comes to keeping up, EVs, electric vehicles are coming in. Is that something that, now that it's on your radar and you're looking at, how are we going to service these types of vehicles?
It is on our radar. I think a couple of things people need to remember is they still hold a very small part of our industry.
Oh, yeah.
In between 5 and 8% are EVs on the road. The other piece that people forget about is that they require much more maintenance than a gasoline car or a diesel car.
Okay.
Yeah,
Patrick, really appreciate the time today. Let everybody know where they can find you. You're located down there on Baseline Road,
2525 Baseline Road, Silver Star.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thanks
really
much.
Appreciate it. You can also visit www.ssas.ca, and you can find them on Facebook as well at Silver Star Automotive Solutions. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Learn all about the creation of the National Capital Region on The History of Ottawa, according to Phil Jenkins, on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Sam LaPratte. I hope you join us for an hour to give right here on Rogers TV. We're going to talk about everything that is going to inspire you about this beautiful city.
Welcome back to the show. Big thanks to all of our guests, as usual, for joining us on the show today. A big thanks especially to Julie Finley, who's still here, by the way, working away in the kitchen, leaving aside some delicious food for our crew here. Don't forget, all of those recipes that Julie shared with you today, you can find at foodlandontario.ca in the TV recipes section. And it's a great website because you can just follow like all different categories. If you're just looking for a Brussels sprouts recipe, just enter Brussels sprouts and hit return. A reminder as well, Contractor Ryan, his show airs right here on Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. There are repeats throughout the week as well. You can go to rogerstv.com to find out when those repeats are. And if you're looking at anything electrical, I can't stress it enough, as Ryan said, make sure you have a certified electrician doing the work for you. A big thanks to Douglas Lai again from Scotia Wealth Management. If you're looking for financial help, both Doug and Graham and the entire team, they'd be happy to have a sit down with you and look at it. It's findyournumber.ca to find out more. Joining us on the show tomorrow, Ottawa Tourism will be here to talk about what's coming up in April, and we'll tell you about the icons of the Byward Market Initiative. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Welcome to Secondary Dwelling from Hell. Okay, it's reveal day. We have a few hours before we have to give back the property. Joel and Anna are there right now cleaning and putting the finishing touches on. Come along with me for a day. I have a few errands to run. I want to show you a few upcoming projects. And then we're going to go back to Diamond and we're going to give it back. It is no longer the Secondary Dwelling from Hell. It's an amazing secondary dwelling. It's going to be so cool. Let's go.
I'm Meg, and this is Fit Finley, and we're